Chainsaw Man. Friends, you may notice that there is a black man sitting in David's seat. That sounds bad. Let me...
Yes. there is a nigga in his seat. He has been replaced.
David is on break this week because from what I understood, he had like a pin in his shoulder from a surgery a long time ago, and it like twanged out of place. He sent me a picture, and also just in general, he's just having a shitty week. So he wanted us to do this, and I thought, hey, this will be just a fun, special, one-time Thurman. If you don't know him, and you're coming to our channel and just to watch this, he basically reviews everything on this channel except for Spy X Family and Chainsaw Man. So I do One Piece, My Hero, and Dr. Stone reviews with Thurman over elsewhere. So if you like him, sure. And if you don't, David will be back next week. So yeah. Say hi, David.
Yo! Yeah, I'm just the Black David, I guess. What's going on? I also read Chainsaw Man because I read almost everything in Jump. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm. He's a manga elitist because he reads
I'm the one who told Red and David to read Chainsaw Man. So.
True. Oh, wow. You're like the sensei coming in.
Yes, I am the sensei.
Fucking Genkai just came in and said, let me sit your bitch asses down.
It's time for the real reviewer to come in.
Oh, shit. So I want to start immediately and say I'm a big fan of seeing Denji start to use his chainsaw powers in cleverer ways. So creating like this little thing at the bottom of his feet that both obviously it's revving, so it's gonna cut through whatever he steps into, but it's also gonna it has like the durability to like hold him. I think that's really cool. It reminds me a lot of the Hisoka Karolo fight in the Hunter x Hunter manga, where he used his bungee gum to run against the wall, and I just love little things, touches like that.
So I just have to say that this fight is lasting longer than I expected it to. Because when it comes to Chainsaw Man fights, they seem kind of short. But
I don't know. The Bomb Devil shit went on for quite a while.
Yeah, but
you know what it reminds me of? It's not like the fight. It's not like a Bleach fight or like even a One Piece fight where they're like standing in one place and they fight for a while. It's kind of like it's like Garo from fucking One Punch Man.
Yeah,
like how he's fighting,
and
it's like a constant fight that lasts multiple chapters, and they're just walking from place to place while fighting. Because that happened with Rize too. Like she started off here, and then she invaded like a devil hunting base, and then it ended up on the top of this building. That's typically how these Chainsaw Man fights go, and I love it because it makes the fights really dynamic, and they feel like they're not just standing in some void somewhere fighting. They're really going around doing a bunch of shit. Anyway, go ahead.
So I just love it because it's just so unique to me. Like I love how it's just like the devil is just like, oh, Denji, can you kill them? If I give you an emotion, Denji's like, fuck, I don't want to be murdered. I'm actually shocked by that. Okay, I'm actually kind of shocked.
That Denji straight up murdered people, yo.
Yeah, no, I was like,
you're like murderer. You're a murderer.
At first, I was like, "There's no way." Denji doesn't give a fuck. Denji's like, "Oh well, they're gone, too far gone." But that shocked me. He was like, "No, I don't want to be murdered. I'm not killing these people if they still have emotion." But at the end of the day,
it's not like we've seen throughout the series. Denji is someone who's holding on to his humanity as hard as he can. It's something that kind of stresses him out. This idea of like losing that humanity. We saw him tackling with that a while ago. One of my favorite parts is where he was like, would I feel anything if Makima died, if Power died? Maybe for a couple of days, but then I'd get over it, So, like...
for a couple of days. Really? Yeah, I'll probably, I wouldn't go to your funeral, but, after like a week, I'll probably drop a flower at your
I'd
grave.
get a tub of ice cream and, like, cry in the shower for, like, a second.
I'll probably, pray for you.
Watch a couple reruns of Friends with some ice cream.
I'll probably eat some ice cream to one of your favorite songs, but, I'm not
Think
crying.
About that time I groped your boob, Makima. Rest in peace. That boob
That's
will
so
never be
funny.
the same again now that
that
maggots are
kind of
eating
shocked me because I thought Denji would be at this point where he'd be like, "Fuck it," Because I mean, I don't think Denji would literally kill a human, but I feel like in this specific scenario, it'd be
He'd
like,
be
well,
utilitarian about it. Like, well, nothing I can do. Die.
Yeah, you guys were human, but there's nothing I can do. You guys are too far gone. But he was actually like, I don't. So that kind of shocked me a bit. But then I love this devil's. I forgot her name. Yes,
just call her Quan.
Quan, okay. Quan's just like, they're all imitating humans, and she's like, how do you know that? She's like, well, shit.
She does it.
ignorance is bliss. I
So
love
like,
that. That
remember
cracks
too,
me
that
up.
actually follows through with her ideology. We saw this remember when she took her like lesbian harem to like a sushi place, and then like one of her girls was like, actually, scientifically speaking, all seafood tastes the same. The only difference is the smell or the texture or something. So she was like, oh, thanks, bro. You just ruined like seafood for me. Ignorance really is bliss, you know. So that's kind of
Yeah.
and also we saw that with when Mr. Top of the Verse was like, "Hey, do you want to take down Makima with me?" and she was like, "Man, I don't give a fuck what Makima's doing. Like, get out of here with that." So like that really is pretty consistent with her character, and I do love that because I was expecting. So you were talking about how you were expecting Denji to just kill them. I had a different situation where I was actually just expecting Denji to. I was expecting it to be revealed that she was lying, like she was just mimicking the emotions, and they already were too far gone. But now I'm thinking, no, those really were their real emotions. And so the comedy for me, the dark comedy, came from the fact that like they're like, oh, murder, you're killing us. He's just like,
Yeah,
oh, fuck.
that was getting to his head too. So I was just like, because yeah, at the end of the day, he's necessarily gonna have to, right? So it's just kind of like I just love that little thing. It's just like, well, ignorance is bliss. Chainsaw. I'm loving
She's a great character.
their interactions already. Like I'm loving not really the chemistry, but like their banter they're having
Oh
already. Because
yeah.
it's just like but we have to remember this is Chainsaw Man. So if they're getting along, more than likely one of them's gonna die.
Oh yeah.
And Denji's the main character, so
First it was
goodbye,
Puke Girl,
Quan.
then it was Rize.
Bro, I
See,
don't know.
now,
I
they're
don't
not
know
getting
about
along in
y'all.
like a romantic way though, because
Yeah,
like remember,
yeah.
Quan is legitimately like top of the verse. Like it was implied. One of the things that Kinshibi, I don't know what the fuck I'll never remember the name, but like the guy that trained them, remember that guy, the older guy?
Yeah.
He said if all of humanity got into a fist fight, she would win. So
So
yeah.
I'm not gonna be one of those shippers who's just like, oh, they're talking, like like these One Piece fans are doing. Robin X Jinbei.
Bro, Robin called Jinbei handsome in the Fish for Nine Dark.
I hate it. I hate it. Yeah. So now they're gonna start.
What are you
making
against
fucking fans.
interspecies relationships?
Oof! Imagine reaching that hard, Mr. Twitter. If Twitter was a comment, that would be that.
Reach.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that, but I'm just like, I can see the friendship happening.
No, yeah, it's interesting because she originally came here to take down Denji.
Yeah, to kill
so
him, yeah.
it's like it is a very interesting relationship they have, where it's just kind of like, huh? I guess there's a greater evil here, clearly.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this
Fire.
the darkness over here. Night's coming now, so it's interesting. So obviously,
you see this fucking like Iraqi Dio-esque shit happening right now. Where it gets night at the perfect time.
Yo, my man just really, because I don't know if you guys read Fire Punch. I've heard a lot of good things about Fire Punch.
I have the first volume of Fire Punch. I need to read it eventually.
So apparently the author, I don't even remember his name is, because I like knowing their names.
It is hold on, it's Tatsuki Fujimoto.
Yes, Fujimoto. I've heard good things about him. I heard he makes some wacky, fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But his endings aren't good. So, but this is interesting because it's just like I guess people kind of have forgotten that she has a darkness power, and so Night's coming. I really like how he did this, right? So it's just like, oh, they're fighting, and all this stuff. They're realizing, oh shit, you realize darkness here, right?
And essentially, it said last chapter she's essentially like immortal in the like she'll just continue to regenerate. In the dark.
Now, this her design looks like a combination of Togashi and Junji Ito. I don't know what it is.
I definitely see Junji Ito in it. I'm not sure where you're seeing Togashi.
I don't know, but it feels like Togashi. It really feels like a. It gives me Hunter x Hunter vibes a little bit, like the design.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Dark Continent shit as of recent, like there is a lot of this like horror. That's fair. The Nen Beast. You know what? I know what it is. Hold on. Are you ready? I absolutely know what the fuck. I gotta send you. I think you're thinking of the fourth Prince's Nen Beast.
Because I'm thinking like this looks like a Togashi meets Junji Ito creation. Like they collaborated on like a manga or a game or something. Yes, Mimi.
Oh yeah, his niece is here. Say hi to Thurman's niece, everybody. Cameo, let's go.
Yes, Mimi, I'm on a video. What do you need? You want to watch TV? Okay. Eat your cookie, okay?
So just to remind you, I think this is what you're thinking of here, Thurman.
All
I'm
right,
about to send
you
it to
sending
you.
it?
Yeah,
Send,
Facebook.
okay. I have to get my phone. Oh
Bruh.
God, my
So yeah,
phone's charged.
the fourth prince
I'm
is
on my.
Nen Beast. I think that's what you're thinking of.
For those of you who don't know, have got a new laptop, and yeah, so no more using the phone. We're switching.
Yeah, your audio seems pretty better to me. Check that picture, brother.
Ooh.
Am I spot on? That's
Oh
the
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
Togashi part, and then the
See,
Junji
that
Ito part is like. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I know exactly what you're thinking of with Junji Ito too. I'll have to edit these up because this is pretty visual. There's definitely a creature that Junji Ito has where it's like face on top of face on top of face. Oh, here it is. Yeah, bro. Wait a minute. Okay, so it's what I just sent you. That's the Togashi half, and this is the Junji Ito half.
do 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 do. All right. Oh, yeah, that's definitely it. You see, it's the design. It's just like it really. I feel like maybe he's a Junji Ito and Togashi fan because this definitely looks like a because for Junji
There's
Ito's
definitely
design,
some Ito in there.
like in Ito's design, it's like a helpless design. But with Togashi, it's like, oh shit, it's scary, but we can fight that scary sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like. So like when Junji Ito draws it, it's like you can't fight that, you're gonna die. You know,
Yes.
classic horror movie shit. But when Togashi draws it, it's like you're gonna die, but you're gonna
But
die
you got a
trying.
fighting chance.
Yeah, right. So this is what it looks like. It looks like I'm gonna die, but I can still fight
There's
it.
something there that I can kind of resemble as a human thing.
Yeah, but I love the design though. Like it's not too in your face sort of thing. It's just like it's like he's
It's just
trying too
wild, man.
hard. Like it's pretty decent design, especially because look at from the transfer from light to dark. Like go to the other pages. Like that's a humongous difference of a
Oh yeah,
change.
it gets pretty extra, and she has a fuck. I was trying to count the amount of arms she had too. One, two,
Yeah,
three,
because
four,
it looks like
five,
she kind of
6,
gains
7,
more
8,
emotion
9, 10,
too.
11, 12, like at least 15, 14 to 15, I guess.
Yeah, it feels like she goes from like an actual like puppet doll to like an actual like
Puppet master.
puppet like yeah because it's a little she because you see like her facial expressions kind of change compared to before, so it's very interesting. And then I love how this entirety of the fight is just two of them and they're still losing all the shit like that, and so oof and insult
I
to
gotta talk about the
injury.
hype shit. So there's two hype things. One, it shows you want to do some classic power scaling. I know that's your shit now, Thurman. Earlier, we saw before the night came, Kwan's arrows that she would shoot out were so fucking fast that like she couldn't. She just had to take them and get destroyed by them. Now
Mhm.
catches all of them. Did you see that shit?
Yep,
So that's
look
some
at that.
definite power scaling there. She's up
Faster than arrow speed.
now, but then the best thing here
The
is
dolls, the lesbian dolls, yo. Lesbian
well,
dolls.
we call those sex dolls, Thurman.
Oof. Sex dolls.
But no, I was gonna say. By the way, I'm trolling because like that's just an SJW nightmare waiting to happen. Are you
Oh,
saying that
our,
lesbians are just for sex? Okay.
our entirety of our channel is SJW, clickbait.
Triggering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the
I'm
same
ready
time,
to get canceled.
I'm a progressive.
Mhm.
How do you fucking who I do? Can you hate me? Are you on my side? I'm a walking enigma.
I'm an Iraqi.
But I love this though because so we end the chapter here and she's like, all right, can I make Quan into a doll, which would be pretty terrifying because Quan's pretty powerful. So we don't really get the answer to that, but we have Denji with occasionally Denji's a smart motherfucker, man. Pours gasoline on himself, lights his goddamn chainsaws on fire, and it's perfect because not only is that badass, looks so cool, but the perfect fucking weakness to the darkness devil. Like, yeah, well, if I hit you with something covered in light, I guess I'll still be able to hurt you, right? It reminds me of it's almost like the opposite of remember what Luffy used Water Luffy to fight Crocodile.
Crocodile.
And it
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
well, you can't really, none of your shit's gonna hurt me unless there's moisture on your hands. Whereas with this, none of your shit's gonna hurt me unless there's light involved. So it's
yeah. And I liked how too. He just went like
doused it in a way.
Leroy Jenkins. I'm jumping on her back. I love that. The power of light. Like, I'm sorry, that cracked me up. Like this man just poured like, bro. Like I love him. I love this manga so much because Denji is the ideal new Shonen Jump protagonist.
Oh
This
yeah,
man
because
is
he's not
poured
as dumb as Luffy. He's got layers. He's got more layers than like someone like Luffy, but he's still
he
got the like lovable
dumbness
dumbness.
to him. Like he poured gasoline on him, lit the sparks with his chainsaw, which is very creative, by the way. I really
Mm-hmm.
like that aesthetic. That he was like power of life. So uh, this probably is hurting Denji a little bit, but it's probably
Well,
just
keep
like
in
it
mind
just
when he's in this form. I mean, we've seen him get cut in half, lose limbs. Like he can regenerate from practically anything as long as he gets some blood to drink.
yeah. So my question is, where is Makina while all this happening? She's
When
using
was the
him as
last
a
time we saw
stand.
her?
It was last time we saw her when she was like,
Just sitting
Denji,
around.
you're my stand. When Denji
When
was
she basically was like, "Ooh, ooh,
simping,
woo, Denji, help, little poor
simping.
helpless me."
When Denji was simping, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So,
I don't know. I'm very curious why
so
Makima
my
isn't
thing is,
just like taking
do you
care of
think
this
this?
bitch herself. Like, what is the game plan here? Because
Yeah.
Makima,
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Do you think this is a test for Denji?
oh,
Like, if
she's
like
testing the
think about
simp
it.
levels. Like, all right, how loyal is my dog?
Yeah, like it's not even that, right? Because clearly the person who Santa Claus made this for to deal with Makima, right? She wanted the power to be
Yep,
able to handle
that's
Makima,
true. And
and
if she can't even beat Denji with it, she's not gonna be able to beat Makima.
yeah, right. And so the thing is like Makima was having a little bit of trouble with her, but Maki was still holding her own, right? And so Makima was like, "Hey, Denji, I need you to do this for me." So my guess is theory time over here, One Piece theory time, is that maybe Makima technically, because I mean, it'd be more. You would think it'd be more efficient to be like, "All right, Denji, you distract her, do your dumb shit, and I'll come in for the kill," right? Because if Makima is that strong,
Mm-hmm. Well,
she
keep in
has.
mind, you were saying Makima was having issues. I keep in mind that she had just gotten out of hell after 1v1ing the Darkness Devil himself. So
Yeah,
I
that's what
think
I'm
like
saying.
all she got out of that was like a twisted arm, basically.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that like because like I was saying, it'd be more efficient to be like, all right, did you distract him? Why? Because he has a lot of one hit wonder moves, like right, like one hit kill moves.
Mm-hmm.
So to be like, all right, you distract him, and I'll let her hit her with my one kill move. So, but she's nowhere to be found right now. Like they're fighting, she's nowhere to be found. So I'm
Well, they have
assuming,
moved around a lot, to be fair.
yeah. So I'm thinking maybe it could be like sort of like a test sort of thing, right? Like I'm testing Denji because everyone, like you guys are saying, everyone wants Denji's heart. So I like your theory. Like Denji was like a Bakugo in Hell. Well, the devil Chainsaw Devil's heart was like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Bakugo in
My
Hell,
theory,
and
just to
everybody wants
remind
revenge.
everybody, was that like the Chainsaw Devil was kind of like a douche or like top dog or both. Like he probably I think he made a lot of grudges, and then like when he got reincarnated, they're like even if the Chainsaw Devil like has forgotten about all those, every other devil's like fuck that guy.
Yeah,
We're gonna fuck him up.
because as you remember, with the conversation that the devils were having about the chainsaw was like when every devil is born, the one thing they hear, I believe, is the chainsaw sound. So
Mm.
the chainsaw heart is clearly something important. So, but I'm assuming it's Makima's probably like, all right, Denji, we're gonna test your skills right now, right? Like kind of like how a Gon Killua, how
Well, when
my
Kite
man,
was like, let me just step back. You guys take care of
yeah,
that
yeah,
bunny
yeah.
fuck over there.
So
Yeah.
like, if you can't handle this, we're leaving you here, type thing, right?
Yep.
Because I figure Makima has plans for Denji, we just don't know what that is yet. So maybe it's kind of like all right, Denji, I want to see how strong you really are. If you can beat this person, then you're strong enough to protect me or something like
That sounds
that.
about right to me, honestly. And also, like, keep in mind, um, I don't think Makima would have any issue beating her because
Yeah,
Makima
yeah.
1v1'd the actual Darkness Devil, and all she is a person who's eaten like a little tiny portion of his power. So yeah,
Yeah, so I highly doubt that Makima would have. I'd say at the most mid diff with.
no, we're talking low diff, like low diff.
No, I say mid diff. I say mid diff because of darkness gives her
But
an amp.
again,
So I'd say
she
mid diff.
practically mid diffed the actual Darkness Devil.
I can't lowball though. I can't lowball. We have to be fair. We have to be fair.
And being fair to me,
Nah, bro.
how much power? How much of the Darkness Devil's power do you think she ate? Because I thought it was a little portion.
Maybe like 35%.
Oh well, all right. Very
I mean,
randomly specific, but okay. I appreciate the guess.
hey, you asked, I had to give. You ask and you shall receive. I mean,
All
think
right.
about it, bro. Like let's we're gonna let's take this like One Piece for example. Like how people are low, like you wouldn't lowball a kid, right? Like just because he had his shit ran by Kaido, right? Like come on,
Well, of
it's the same
course.
thing.
But
It's
I'm
the
not
same thing.
but that's not. I'm not lowballing anyone. I'm highballing Makima. I'm saying Makima fought the Darkness Devil, highly, basically implied to be one of the primal devils, as in like one of the most powerful forces in the world.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that, but I'm not gonna lowball the Quan here. Well, not Quan, the
Santa Claus.
whatever this Santa Claus. Yeah, I'm not gonna lowball Santa Claus. I'm assuming that even the reason why I say mid diff is because she might have some issue with the amp because she's amped right now because of darkness. Like she's amped, so like
Amp?
amped. Yes,
Oh,
this
oh,
is
oh. Well, it's also
debating
keep in mind.
term.
Oh, as in like a power up.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never heard that phrase before. What I'll
Bro.
give you is also Makima is injured from
Yeah.
her fight with the Darkness Devil. Yeah.
So with that, so I say mid diff because she might get hit with a few attacks, but all it would take is like one insta kill move and then
One of her many fucking crazy moves.
insta kill moves, right? And Santa Claus will be gone. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, if that's the case, then maybe she's either like preparing herself for like to do an insta kill move while Denji is distracting her, or it's just watching Denji to see how strong he is becoming. It's one of those two because it baffles me that like Makima was forced to save all of them, and then she's like, "Here, Denji, fight him while I go hide somewhere." Right? Like it feels kind of suspicious right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling that Makima is either planning something. Either she's trying to recover, or she's like looking to see how strong Denji is, or she's planning to do like
setting up a big thing. Like remember what she did that one time, like the whole like hand sign crushing people from afar, yada yada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it has to be something like that because if I recall correctly, everyone else is still in hell, right?
Ooh, I don't. Ooh. Oh no. I'm pretty. No. Everyone came back.
Okay, I had to look back.
Yeah, because no, I remember them. Because I remember Aki and Angel just like laying on the floor of the mall. So yeah,
because I know
they all worked back.
I remember her just grabbing Denji, but I don't know if like worked for everybody. So I
went back to chapter 66. Hold up. Yeah, her arm gets fucked up, and then she uses the dude's like head as like a puppet and does the whole send us back thing, and then yeah, there's Aki and Angel Devil and Power, I think, laying on the floor. Their arms are still off though, so
damn. Whew, so yeah, that's about it. Wow, this is a really good chapter. This arc is heating up. Probably one of the best arcs in Jump right now. People aren't talking about it because it's not Demon Slayer, but
haha. It's because it doesn't have a nice, pretty anime for them to fawn over.
But
reading's too hard for people.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be SJW Field Day. It's too violent. It's not right. What's all this? Why is it so gory? I'm just like, haha.
No one in America cares about. No one cares about gore. They'll fucking watch a goddamn baby kitten get eviscerated, which I think actually kind of happens. If I remember correctly, something with Power and a cat in the beginning. But like anyway, they'll watch fucked up gore all day every day. But the second that boob groping scene happens, they're gonna be like, even though like Makima has all the agency in that scene, and she's like absolutely asserting her power over him. It's a woman asserting power over a guy. So yeah. In fact, most of Denji's relationships are a woman asserting power over him. So
yep,
just keep that in mind, SJWs. It's a lot of dominant women in this series.
Denji's a soup. I've already seen that meme happen.
Hell of a lot of dominant women in this series. Like most of them are dominant. Yeah, so I mean,
majority of them are besides Aki. The only one who's not dominant is Aki.
What?
Aki's the only one who's not dominant.
Yeah, that's true.
She's the only one, and that's
Aki's like the most boring, like normal ass character. He's like the Sasuke of this series. Like, not as bad, of course, but still.
Yeah, so it's just like
Aki's the character. Here's the thing. This is a series. Aki's a test, okay? If you read this series and Aki's your favorite character, you might be a normie.
You might be a Sasuke fan.
Yeah. Like that's like when you first get into anime as a middle schooler and you're like, oh, I love Itachi and Zoro and you know what I mean? Like the anime characters, like like that's if you like if Aki's in your top 3, you're a normie. I hate to confirm.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's just hilarious. But I'm liking it, bro. I'm gonna give this chapter. You ready? First ever Chainsaw Man rating
from Thurman.
I'm gonna give this chapter a 8 out of 10.
I was gonna make a joke and say and last, but we all know David loves his breaks, so.
An 8
He's
out
been
of 10.
good lately. All right.
Sounds good. And it's crazy too because now everyone can match up this rating with all the other ratings I'm going to do for the reviews this week. So what did I give One Piece?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the video. All right, you know what? We're doing it live. I'll find it.
Please do it.
Let's see.
I hate hearing my voice. So just let me know when you're done.
Bro, you got a fucking deal. You're gonna hear your voice and you're gonna goddamn deal with it.
Oh, I hate it. Don't make them suffer. Yeah. Ew.
Hold up. Where's that rating? In like the last couple years, like I died. I don't know when you use it. From Brooke. I died at Sanji's. Oh yeah, because I think even Sanji's. Oh, maybe before that. I talk too much.
I love you talk too much. It's great. Perfect.
Yeah. Kind of like the 0.5 out of 10. Oh, wait. Like all hype, no payoff. Here. This entire fucking manga.
He's been Broly.
Yeah. Here comes.
So all right, so I give this a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10 is what you said.
Oh, okay.
It's a good chapter. There's a lot. There's
good chapter.
That was peak Straw Hat. Yeah. All right. I think that adds up. All right. Well, anyway,
right.
I hope you all enjoyed that Thurman. Back to David next week, and if you enjoyed Thurman, come on over to our One Piece and our My Hero and our
Dr. Stone and My Hero.
Mm-hmm. And maybe one day, some other series. Maybe Undead Unluck. Maybe a little bit of Black Clover. You never know.
Yeah, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, you know.
Maybe a little White Clover.
White Clover, yo. Yeah, White Clover be hitting, huh? All you haters out there. I love the meme.
Peace.